Yo, what is up and what is good? YouTube, it's your boy Jay Tran back at it again with another video. The days of rim running and pushing square to dunk the ball are officially dead. Here are 3 reasons why you should use the right stick instead. The dunks are less random. You can trigger quick drops and limitless takeoff more consistent than if you were to just push square and get a random dunk. Activating Euro dunks and hop steps are easier with the right stick than to use the traditional square method. Also, you can trigger flashy dunks. This isn't really talked about a lot, but flashy dunks actually fill up your takeover meter a lot faster than if you were to push square and get a random dunk. Alright, I'm going to show you guys the basics of dunking with the right stick. If you already know this info, feel free to skip ahead. For those who don't, it's pretty simple. All you got to do is hold right stick and right trigger pretty much. If you want to dunk with your left hand, you just go, hold the right stick to the left, and left-handed dunk. If you want to dunk with your right hand, you could also run from the left side if you want, or any direction you want, and just hold the right stick to the right side like this and right-handed dunk. If you want to dunk with 2 hands, all you got to do is hold the right stick up and you'll get a 2-handed dunk. And if you want to hang on the rim, you just hold the right stick down. If you want, the longer you hold the right trigger after this, the longer you'll stay on the rim. Go in a circular motion. You can use your left stick and just kind of just spin it around just like that. If you want to do pull-ups, you just hold the right stick up, let go, and that's how you do pull-ups. Also show you how to do contact dunks. They're called like skill dunks technically, but this is how you trigger your contact dunks. You just run to the rim, flick up on the right stick, and then hold down, and that's how you trigger your contact dunk. All right, you can also do a contact dunk where you hang on the rim afterwards. So all you're going to do is run to the rim, flick down, hold down, and that's how you trigger it. I hardly use this method, so probably why I missed. Dunking with the right stick instead of square is also how you trigger certain dunks more often than others. So for example, if you got this comp dunk packages where you just pretty much quick drop, this is how you trigger quick drops. So you're just gonna, I find it most effective if you run at an angle, and then around this area right here, if you hold the right stick up, you'll trigger quick drop. So let's see if I can trigger one. Boom. And that is the most popular quick drops animation out there. And so yeah, you just hold your right stick up and you'll get that animation more often than not. As opposed to if you hold square, it just kind of randomizes all of your dunk packages. That also has a dunk that gathers around that same area. So let me see. I'm just gonna, as you can see right there, I held square that time and you got a random animation. So this is really useful. Obviously, if you're like blowing out the other team and you just kind of get tired of quick drops, you just want a cool dunk, square is definitely probably the move. But if you're in like a position where game point, you just need a basket and you're rim running, obviously you're probably going to want to do quick drops because it's the most consistent and it's a really fast animation. That's why a lot of these comp guys use quick drops. All right, so we'll also talk about limitless takeoff here. Using your right stick, you can trigger your limitless takeoff dunks a lot better, especially if you have the LeBron James dunk package. And here's how you do that. I noticed that if you dunk around this point before the free throw line, you'll trigger the LeBron James stuff a lot. And obviously I can't show you that limitless takeoff actually triggers because we're in Gatorade. But if you stick to the end of the video, I'm going to be in Blacktop showing you when to use certain finishing moves and showing you limitless takeoff, that it actually works, stuff like that. So just stick around to the end of the video and I'll show you all of that. But for LeBron James's limitless takeoff dunks, all you got to do is hold your right stick to the left or the right around the free throw line. while holding turbo, and that's how you'll trigger most of them. So boom. But like I said, you're not going to be able to really see that until we go to blacktop where the badge will pop up. The next thing we're going to be going over is the flashy dunks. And this is something not a lot of content creators cover. There's a way to trigger flashy dunks, and when you trigger flashy dunks, you actually get your takeover meter filled up a lot faster than just quick drops, for example. So the way you do flashy dunks is actually the opposite of how you trigger your contact dunks. So what you're going to want to do is, to trigger your flashy dunks, is flick down and then hold up on your right stick, and that's how you trigger your flashy dunk. So like this. And it can be hard to differentiate which one's a flashy dunk or not. If you're dunking with square, there's sometimes you'll trigger the flashy dunk without even knowing it. But most of the time you'll get like a walk-off animation depending on what your packages look like, or like some ferocious looking dunk that you normally won't get. And that's how you trigger your flashy dunks. To do the two-handed flashy dunks, all you're going to do is flick up and hold up. I think that's how you do the two-handed ones. This is something that I'll show you in blacktop. I'll try to do a comparison so that way you can see the difference between the flashy dunk versus, for example, a quick drop, and how fast your meter fills up. The next thing we're going to be covering is going to be the Euro step. This is obviously something you could do by pushing square as well, but it's a lot easier if you learn how to do it with your right stick. So if you're going to do it with square, what you're going to do is run to a spot, let go of turbo, double tap square, push your left stick in the opposite side of the ball hand, and that's how you trigger a Euro. Boom, double tap square, and Euro. You can also trigger a dunk off of this Euro. I'm not quite sure how to do it with square. I've transitioned almost completely to using the right stick only, but let's just try. So boom. All right, I couldn't get a dunk there, but there is a way to do that. Or you can learn the right stick way, which is by far the easiest way. So all you're going to do here is run, and then you can hold right trigger here. That's another thing that differentiates right stick and the square method. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to flick the right stick to the ball hand and then hold it to the opposite hand. So we're going to do a Euro without the dunk. This is how you do it. So boom, boom, and the Euro. You just let go of the right trigger. If you want to do the Euro step with the dunk, all you got to do is hold right trigger the whole time and you'll activate a dunk. So from here, boom, boom, and dunk. The more button inputs it takes to do a move, the easier it is to mess it up. And so the right stick is just so easy. All you got to do is flick, and that's it. That's all you got to do, really. Flick and hold. All right, so the next move we're going to be covering is going to be the hop step. To do this with square, all you got to do is run without turbo, tap square, and boom, hop step. But with the right stick, you can hold turbo the whole time if you want. So we're going to run, flick, and hold. I didn't really let you guys know the button layout. So all you got to do is flick the direction that you want to hop step and then hold in that direction. So like I said, boom, hop step. And since you're holding turbo the whole time, you can get a dunk out of it. All right, so the last thing we're going to be covering is the scoop jelly layup. This was popularized by Ticino this year. This is a move that I think is a lot better with right stick, but the only drawback is that if you're gonna rely on jellies, I would say to use the Pro Touch badge. So that means you're gonna have to have your layup timing on. I noticed that I miss a lot of wide open, just random layups without Pro Touch. But I also don't lay it up a lot. My build has 93 driving dunk. So most of the time I'm dunking the ball. In order to do this move, all you got to do is run to the basket and let go of turbo and hold your right stick in the direction that you're running from. So ball's in the left hand, I'm going to run at an angle and then hold my right stick to the left. Another disclaimer, I put on the Jelly layup package because they have the best scoops. So this is no longer the Zach LaVine layup package. So run, let go, and scoop. So from the right side, you just run at an angle and then right stick and Jelly. But like I said, you'll get a lot of random miss animations even if you're wide open. Labbing for this video, I was missing random jellies. So if you're gonna rely on jellies, get used to the Pro Touch where you have to time the layup. That's my advice on that. But it does look really cool. All right, so we're in the blacktop with it. And if you made it this far into the video, this is kind of like the bonus section. Me explaining to you guys when I like to use certain moves, showing you guys that Limitless Takeoff works with the right stick. It also works with square, but it's easier to activate with the right stick because you can kind of choose which dunks you want to use. So the first thing we're going to examine is Limitless Takeoff. These first two clips, you can see I'm not doing anything special. I'm just running towards the basket and holding the right stick around the free throw line. And I'm activating the Michael Jordan Limitless Takeoff dunk. You don't have to necessarily activate it from the free throw line. It's just an easy way to gauge when to dunk the ball. I have this clip where I'm going baseline also, and Limitless Takeoff still works. The next move I want to break down is the Euro step and when to use it. I think this is the best slashing move, and with Zach LaVine layup package, he has one of the best Euro steps. It's like impossible to block, honestly. You want to mix in the Euro step with your Limitless Takeoff with your quick drops to throw off the timing of when your defender tries to block the ball. A lot of defenders this year, the way they time when to try to block these dunks is looking at when your player picks up the ball. So if all you're doing is quick dropping or Limitless Takeoff dunks or just regular dunks, they're going to try to figure out how to time that. So you throw the Euro step in there to throw off the timing because your player still picks up the ball. But the difference is that they don't go for the dunk right away. You hit the Euro, and so if all they're looking is when you pick up the ball, they're going to miss time and they'll jump really early and it'll give you a free dunk or layup. Hop step is really similar to this in concept. I like to use the hop step more whenever I'm playing 3s or 5s and they have the big man kind of camp in the paint instead of guarding anybody. And so this allows you to jump into a different direction and throw off his timing as well. So it's more of a timing thing than anything else. I have a couple of scoop layup clips. I don't really scoop layup because my guy's got like a 93 dunk, but I have them in there. And the best time to use a scoop layup, in my opinion, is when the defender is riding you at your hip. It allows you to create separation with your body. So you use your body as a barrier, and it allows you to lay up the ball really easy. So if you made it this far into the video, I just want to say, like, I'm really appreciative, and I thank you guys so much for all the love and support you showed on my content as of late. You don't know how much that means to me, especially as a small of a channel as I have. So if you learned something new and you're not already subscribed, go ahead, hit the subscribe button. If you're already subscribed, hit the like button if you learned something new. And comment square is dead, because the right stick movement it's the wave. I think there's no excuse to use square for everything, because the right stick allows you to be more precise with everything you want to do. So with that, I'm out.